Tip off, we'll take that W and hand you a loss. Break your ankles on the cross, on God on that rock. Off the bounce, leave you on the first step. It might be a long night for you without some double team help. Or the whistle from the ref, I'm from the school of hard knocks. Watch how I hit them with a shimmy when I get them on the block. We talking nothing but hoops, a floor general and it's true. Spot up in the corner, man, you know I'm gon' shoot. Or slam like an alpha, I'm beastin' like a boss named Hefe. Trapping on the baseline, you escape no way. A baller like Kobe wearing 24 and 8. Y'all be sure to subscribe to the channel, hey, with Mr. Slam and Alpha Dog 2 and Pure Wage with the best sports book too. If you wanna show support, give us a view. Call this an NBA jam. If you a super fan, hit the bell is what you do. We off the bounce, check up, level off the bounce. Let's get it.
He's on fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Off the Bounce. Happy Monday, boys. I'm your host, Slam the Bookie. These are my boys, Alpha Dog Best, BBB, and Hefe Picks. How we doing today, guys?
Boys, we have another day, a beautiful NBA slate tonight. Excited to dive in with the boys. Hefe, how we doing?
Living La Vida Loca. Excited for the two other series to start in the second round.
BBB.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pumped. You know, there's so many prop opportunities. I'm kind of pissed at myself that, you know, literally we were just talking in the pre-show. I just started looking into Tyrese Maxey props. I'm kind of looking at them even more now, and I'm starting to fall in love. But we got so many props, sides, totals for you guys today, and excited to dive into it.
For sure. All right, boys, before we get started, as always, a big shout out to Pure Wage for sponsoring the show. If you guys haven't already, make sure to give him a follow. Quick recap from the weekend, boys, and then we'll jump right into things. If you are watching, please retweet, like, and comment. Let's see anybody in the chat. Nope, nobody is in the chat yet.
I do. Hold on. King Poppy Sosa's here. What's up, brother, in the chat? And SJ Money saying Money Monday. We appreciate you boys tuning in.
What's up, King Poppy Sosa? Always here, man. Love it. Recap, boys, from the weekend. How'd y'all do yesterday? How was yesterday's game? What'd you think of, the Celtics? What'd you think of the Grizzlies choke? All that good stuff, man.
Yeah, so for me, I thought the Celtics would have a much better performance. They really came out flat. They couldn't hit any shots. It was pretty disappointing, especially at home. Was very surprised. It was very un-Celtic-like of them since the second half of the year. But the second game, I did get that one with the over. Was pretty confident that would fly over, and we got some points. But, I wanted to see Memphis pull it out at the end. Wanted to see the underdog get it, and they did not pull it out. Not the underdog, but you know what I mean.
They covered.
The Grizzlies are still the underdog, even if they're not technically the underdog. Wanted to see that team get a win. Hefe, what'd you think?
I'll start with the second game, the Grizzlies game. I had the Grizzlies +3, so happy with the result. Shout out to Klay Thompson, missing 2 in a row free throws for me. Clutch. It's going to be a good series. You could tell that both teams actually faced very different opponents in the first round. We're not ready for what each team threw at them. From the Grizzlies' perspective, they're not facing Timberwolves anymore, and they figured that out late in the fourth quarter. They got used to coming back from double-digit leads, not blowing double-digit leads, and they got to step up, especially in crunch time, because that's when the Warriors thrive. Better on rotations too. The Grizzlies need to be faster. Can't give space to Klay or Steph or Jordan Poole, who could you have a better name for a third Splash Brother than Jordan Poole? Your last name is literally a body of water.
Just fits him beautifully.
And then on the other side, the Warriors are not dealing with the Nuggets anymore, right? It's not this dominant big man in the paint. It's fast, quick, young players who are shooting threes in a blink of an eye, and a guy in Ja Morant who can get from up and down the court in 3 seconds. So I'm really excited for that series. I think it's going to go deep. And then we're talking 6-7. On the other side, guys, this might be an overreaction or a hot take. I was really big on the Celtics. I thought they were going to take it. I don't know if anybody's going to beat the Milwaukee Bucks.
For sure. They look unbelievable, especially without Middleton. They've just hit all their shots. They didn't hit all their shots, but they were executing beautifully. And if Jrue Holiday's hitting that walk-up 3 where he's just heat-checking and hitting that, they are a tough team to beat. When he's hitting his shots, they're a very scary good team.
Jrue Holiday is the perfect match for Marcus Smart. Big body, point guards, physical. Jrue took the best out of him, obviously. I hope Marcus Smart's okay, but
he took 8 injuries.
Jaylen Brown's got to play better. That can't happen. He can't score 12. Tatum played okay. He didn't play good, But he had tough defensive assignments when he had to switch on Giannis. Little fact, then we'll move on. The Bucks shot 0 of 11 when the main defender was Robert Williams. Giannis 0 of 5. So
we've talked about it. We've talked about how important he is.
I don't know if Robert Williams can keep up with Giannis on screens and on rotations. But if you can pick him up one-on-one at the top, I think that's the matchup they have to get on because my man was cooking Al Horford.
Yeah, I think this game 2 is going to be a big showing of how this series will go, at least for that one and for the next one, for the Warriors game as well.
I was about to say that can go for both, man.
I think the Celtics they kind of got punched in the mouth. They got used to no defense, and the Bucks they live on defense, and then they've tried to play pretty physical with Giannis, and I don't think that's really going to work with him as well. But the Celtics are a well-coached team. They are a defensive-minded team. I think they do make some adjustments. It'll be interesting to see how they come out with some switches and how they decide to attack this Giannis because if Giannis is going, that's what gets this whole offense going for the Bucks. If they can limit Giannis, I think they have a decent shot at this series here. I think a lot of people are going to be jumping off the bandwagon of the Celtics here, but go ahead, Hefe.
I just want to say something before we forget it. There's what you just said is an impossibility. There's no limiting Giannis. You have to live with Giannis, but limit the others. What you can't allow is Bobby Portis and Grayson Allen to keep dropping 20 points a game, because that's where Chris Middleton's the points that would be Chris Middleton's. I mean, Grayson Allen's out here just jocking threes, running up and down the court, and Bobby Portis acting like he has a Knicks jersey on again.
I'll say I do think there is a limiting of Giannis. Now, is he going to look? Limiting Giannis is not like, okay, we hold him to 6 points. It's you're not letting him get anything he wants at will, because when he's able to drive whenever he wants, then that's what opens up those corner shooters and Grayson Allen, Portis. If you can kind of take away the middle of the lane a little bit, make him have to beat you in other ways, because he may do that. He may have his shot on. He may have things, but if he can do that, then I think, if they can limit him in ways, like you said, with Robert Williams, throwing different looks at him. Tatum can do it sometimes, but he can't be a primary defender on him the entire game. We saw that. But I think they just got to throw different looks at him, kind of just keep him out of rhythm. And then, that'll lead to more transition looks for this, Celtics team. I also don't think the Celtics will shoot as poor as they did every single time.
I want to go to the chat here. I agree. The Celtics are going to shoot better from three, especially. They shot 53s. I'm going to say that again. They shot 53s in game 1. That's insane.
Jeez.
But
I think they just got punched in the mouth. They didn't see that coming, and so we'll have to see a lot of adjustments here. And I think the Celtics can make some.
King Pop.
Yeah, I was about to say what King Papi So said. Brook Lopez, the Bucks used their big men really well. Brook Lopez played a huge role, and I really think that can't be stated enough. King Papi also said you can't limit Giannis. You can't. You live with Giannis. You limit the others. Dead Prez, what's up, man? Thanks for being in the show, popping in. He said take Philly.
Take Philly. Scary.
Don't know. Scary. But yeah, guys. I think with that, we'll move on to today's games. But I'm very, 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 very excited to see game 2.
Before we dive into that real quick, do you guys think the Grizzlies are in trouble? Because, I don't know if they're going to get Jaren Jackson putting up 30-plus points, John Morant hitting
he went off.
I want to say something. That
everything
same breath,
possible kind of went their way.
In the same breath that Triple J had a great game, Desmond Bane had his worst game of the playoffs.
They also got a lot of calls down the stretch that kind of kept them in that game. I feel like just about everything that could go their way. The only thing we could really argue about for the Grizzlies was that Desmond Bane was not there. I don't know. It's tough.
Desmond Bane's a 23, 25 point guy a night. I mean, Triple J ain't dropping 33. Another really weird stat, and then we could really move on here, even though Chad is on fire right now, is 3 times two pairs of teammates have dropped 30 points. All three of those games have been an L.
Well, I don't know. It's just, so how often are you going to see Klay Thompson miss 2 free throws, or Klay and Steph miss back-to-back threes? I like you said, Warriors live in the crunch time, and every single thing seemed to be going the Grizzlies' way. I feel like they needed that game so bad there. I think that was a deflating one there. Do you think they respond in this next one, or?
Yeah, I do. I think
they always do.
I think both home teams honestly respond. I'm a little more worried about the Grizzlies going into Golden State, going into Oakland. I guess I'm playing San Fran now. Going into San Francisco down 2-0 is much more worrisome than if the Celtics were to lose and going to Milwaukee down 2-0. The Grizzlies, and I know Alpha will probably kill me for saying this, game 2 with the Grizzlies is possibly a must-win. It just is. You worked all year to get the freaking number 2 seed, and you go out and you lose you can't lose the first 2 games and give up everything you worked for to get home court advantage.
I agree. I think they do definitely need to get one. Popping back over to the chat, Jake is in here saying, "Don't listen to Yankees fans and these guys."
Yo, that
Jake
is trolling, bro.
No,
That is trolling, bro.
Bro, Jake is our resident Philly fan. He comes in here every day saying, "Take whatever Philly team is playing on the slate." But we appreciate you coming in, brother.
Oh, well, Dad in the chat is saying Warriors are sweeping. So,
And
Yeah.
Dad's also saying Sixers are able to win the chip.
that's what
So I'm gonna say real hot take. I'm gonna say real hot take. I think the Bucks have a better chance of sweeping than the Warriors do.
I don't know about that, buddy. I don't know about that, buddy. I think the Warriors.
One game isn't
I
gonna
think
be
I
good
think
as
people are
yours.
giving up on the Celtics.
The Warriors
way
have a
too
better
much.
chance.
Me
I'm
too.
not giving up on the Celtics, but I had a moment yesterday when I was watching the game and I had to remind myself, holy crap, this team really did just win the championship, and Giannis somehow looks better.
Okay, so
I
I will
think
say
Celtics just had a bad shooting night.
right.
bro.
They shot
I agree.
completely.
Don't overreact.
They lost by what, like
Don't
10?
overreact.
They're still-
Forget
they shot
about
less than
what the
30%.
Celtics did. I'm just talking about it from a Giannis perspective, man. The dude is shooting a mid-range better than he did last year at a higher percentage and better field goal percentage from all around the field, including three-point range. He's also shooting his free throws better, which was a big Achilles heel last year in the playoffs. He changed his whole routine. The guy is better than he was last year, and last year he led them to a championship.
Dad,
That's
I
all I'm
agree.
saying.
Hefe's drunk.
Dude,
Totally disagree.
Dad said you're drunk, Hefe. Saying
He's obliterated right now.
saying the Bucks will sweep here.
Oh, I didn't say the Bucks are going to sweep. I just said they have a better chance at sweeping than
Oh,
the Warriors do.
Oh God! All right, we have to get into this game because Dad's just putting absolute blasphemy into the chat, saying Harden's going to be dropping 40. I'm going to start. I have a prop in this.
Yo,
game.
kick Dead Prez out of the chat, please.
100%. Man in the back who's in the front, who's sometimes in the back but in the front today. We need you to kick him out. But
All right,
guys, I
I
have a
just
prop. I
did.
want to start this one. I like Harden under 35.5 points and assists. I know there's a couple people on that as well. But there's a lot of pressure on Harden tonight. I don't think he's going to be the one to be the guy. They know it has to be Harden, so I think we're going to see a big Maxey game. I think Maxey's going to be the one with the big points and stats. So give me the under on Harden on 35.5 points and assists. Anyone else have any props on this one? This is a good prop opportunity game.
Yeah.
You literally,
that
you,
kinda-
you
that
literally
leads-
took BBB's thunder, bro. You just
Yeah, I
said-
mean,
That's
that
my
was-
prop, though. I love that prop.
That leads right into my prop. I think that they're definitely going to focus on James Harden. I think James Harden, maybe an assist angle might be okay, just because I think he's going to look to distribute it more. I don't know if he's going to be able to get to the rack like he wants to. But Tyrese Maxey has thrived without Joel Embiid. He's hit over 21.5 points in 8 of his last 10 games without Embiid. He also had 28 against Miami, and that was also without Embiid. So I think Tyrese Maxey is a volume scorer. I think he's definitely going to get a lot of looks tonight. I think that Dead's going to be tweeting 100 times about Tyrese Maxey is the future of the NBA. So I really like this spot for Tyrese Maxey. I know a lot of people are saying they're going to focus on him more and shut him down, but I think most of the focus will be on James Harden. If they can shut down James Harden, they'll probably feel good about themselves. I think Tyrese Maxey has a big night tonight.
Two
Speaking
players.
of Harden, I think Hefe needs to get credit for this. He's been saying this longer than anybody. He's been saying on the show since the start of the year that Harden has lost his first step explosiveness. Hefe has told you guys this almost every single day on this show. Today on NBA TV, Malika and RJ were discussing that. They think that has been the biggest issue with Harden is he's lost his speed. So Hefe, got to give you credit, man. All the big names, big guys are bringing that up. You said that every day since
It
the start of
was
the year.
so obvious, and that's why I hate to say it, and I hope Dead Prez is still there. It's never going to work in Philly. He can't work with a big man. He's too slow. The whole point was he had the best first step in basketball, so you could always attract that second interior defender to his side, thus opening up the opposite side for a person that lives in a paint like an Embiid. But if the second defender never has to slide over because he can't get past the first, Embiid's always going to be covered. It's so stupid.
See, the thing is with Harden, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe over the offseason or sometime soon we see him get that step
obviously
back.
Agreed.
Of course,
Obviously,
agree.
he
It's
can
just
Simply
do it.
because he's just
Dude,
lazy.
come
That's
on.
literally what
Yes.
it is. He's
I'm
a lazy
not
basketball
saying his
player.
career is over. I'm saying right now, my man is more invested in chicken wings and poles than he is in screens and layups. Okay,
No, I agree. I agree. I was
He's
just
been
making
consistent
that
with it.
point.
He's been consistent with that. Give him
that's
credit.
all I'm saying. He could definitely fix this in the offseason. It's called working out. He's just has to
FA, give the people your pick.
I'm looking at two props, and I got a side. My props are leans. My official plays the side. I'll go with the props first. George Niang, he's gonna get big uptick in minutes for because of Embiid, and I'm gonna go with him over 7.5. That's a -130. And then my other one is Tobias Harris has been quietly having a very solid postseason. Both sides of the ball. 17.5 is a good
Nice,
one.
huh?
Yeah, that's all I got on the Sixers. On the Heat, I like guys like Max Strus. I like guys like Gabe Vincent. Strus is at 12.5. Vincent is at 9.5. You can get that for plus money. And as a side, guys, I'm rolling with the Sixers +8. Flat out.
You know, I've seen a lot of people on a lot of Bam Adebayo point props tonight. We know Embiid's not going to be in the lineup. The Sixers do struggle down low. I'm going to turn this back to BBB, our prop expert. What do you think about a Bam prop or any of the bigs for the Heat?
You know, Bam is kind of hit or miss. He's a guy that, you know, his points will get inflated. A lot of his stuff will get inflated in situations like these. And usually it doesn't work out the way that everyone wants it to. So this is kind of a scary spot for him. If I'm going to play a Heat prop, I think someone that's due is Tyler Hero. He plays really good without Kyle Lowry. He's gone over his points total a lot without Kyle Lowry, and I think that they're going to be looking for someone to step up. And this feels like one of those playoff games where we used to see Tyler Hero come out of nowhere, and he just, you know, he's screaming up in the stands that, you know, I'm a bucket. So I like Tyler Hero to have a big game tonight, which is, you know, probably not high on people's radar right now, simply because he burned a lot of people. I think a lot of people were on him in the first rounds. I laid off him, so I'm kind of willing to, you know, dip back into those waters. I think he has a good game.
I like it. Slammy, what you looking at?
Reading the chat here. YBB in the chat saying 76ers for the upset, man. Respect, man.
What's up, YBB? What's up?
Yeah, man. Everybody knows NBA, when a superstar is out, that team does well. And guys, you know, as far as the total, the Miami Heat and the Hawks series, everything went under. I continue to think it goes under here. I like it at 209.5, I believe.
208.5 now it's dropped. 208.5
Okay.
is the live line on pure wage.
Regardless, I like the under here. I think it'd be a defensive game. The Heat Hawks series all went under. I think it continues to go under here. No Joel, but I do like the 76ers to make this one close and get the cover. Could see both teams not scoring.
Can I give you a crazy under stat?
Yeah, what is it?
Eastern Conference playoffs under 20-4.
That's ridiculous.
That's it. That's all. That's all you gotta.
Isn't that
Under.
freaking wild? Out of 24 Eastern Conference playoff,
That's
and
insane.
well, what do they have? 3 play-in games? Whatever. In the 24 games, the under has hit in 20 of them.
That's insane. 80% of the dot. Back to the chat, boys. Quickly have to shout out Tutti Gusti, who's in the house. We appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I can't get over that freaking stat.
That's a crazy stat.
It's an
but yeah,
80% clip, man.
So, what's your take on this, man? What's the total for you? You still riding the under or no?
I love the under in this spot.
Everybody on the under? Or what,
You'd
BBB?
have to be a crazy person to take the over.
For sure.
At least not in game 1.
All right,
All right,
boys,
so it's
moving on.
definitely the over then,
let's
probably.
get to game 2 here.
The over versus
Game
Jinx.
2. Mavs versus the Suns. The line is currently at -6. And the total is sitting at 214.5 as far as injury report. Everybody's playing. So, all right. Alpha, going over to you, man. Who do you like in the spot? I know you're a big Suns guy. You back the Suns all season. Everybody know the Suns are a very hot team. So are the Mavs. No one's really talking about the Mavs right now.
Scary.
You know the Suns have been a team I've loved to back this year. You know the Mavs were a team that I did not think were going to get out of the first round. First one to follow my sword here. I thought the Jazz were going to get that done. They clearly did not. I've ate enough of my words on the Mavs in the past, and I'm taking the Mavs tonight. I can't fade them again. Give me the Mavs by the spread, guys. The current line is
+6.
a full 6 +6, and I'm definitely taking it
Hey,
at the plus
hey
6.
Alpha, can you just talk for 10 seconds about how ridiculous Rudy Gobert is?
Man, the contract demands and everything he's been requesting just absolutely absurd.
Can I tell you? I just want to say this one thing, and we'll move on. My man is requesting him or D. Mitch to get traded. Rudy Gobert just signed last year. So this year, what he has left on his contract is 4 years, $170 million. And the kicker that the last year,
Bro, what? Who invited him?
Dead
I
Prince.
know.
Wow.
Hey, friends,
Listen,
live guest on
listen.
Are
the show.
you serious, bro?
You guys were
What up?
screaming about the Sixers, so I had to come on for a second. just
first
to
of
say
all, let me
hi.
tell you before we're even speaking, it looks like you're in a pool of sweat.
No, it's a
does.
shadow.
It's the shadow.
It's
It's all right. It's all right.
It's my shadow.
Dude.
But I did want to say at least you guys took the Sixers, or at least I heard Jeff took them, and
I
maybe
did.
someone else did.
I
there
did.
you go.
You're
Yeah.
welcome.
So
Hey,
I
turn
just
the
wanted
camera.
to give the Sixers some love.
I
That's
lean
good.
the Sixers, but Tyrese
Yeah.
Maxey's cooking tonight.
All right, so yeah, there we go. As long as you guys are giving this, is that better, Chris? Some
Yeah.
some Sixers
Dude,
love.
those
But, and,
sunglasses are fire, bro.
And
They're a
I
little-
actually think that the under trend favors the Sixers here. They want to slow it down without Embiid.
yeah, and I just wanted to lastly say the Sixers are Oppo also. So we're gonna go Sixers.
You're gonna go Sixers? Money
Yeah,
line?
their system play. Yeah, it's Oppo.
Oppo system, huh?
Yep.
What's the system say on the Mavs
Oppo
Suns game?
system.
Before you ditch us, what's the Oppo system say on the Suns Mavs game tonight?
Just Suns Mavs who won? The Oppo Suns. Suns -5. We're six.
Lines up,
Six.
lines up to 6. So if
Yeah.
anybody does not understand what he is saying, take the Mavs plus the 6. That's Dead's play on this game. Chat's a little confused.
I can't believe Dead is on this show, bro.
Dead
No,
popping
He said
Dad definitely
Oppo
just said the
system
Suns,
play.
and Alpha's like, no, he's on my play.
Where did Dead come
Shit,
from,
though.
man?
You have to understand what the Oppo system is.
Oppo system.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, thank you for that stop in. Wonderful.
Of course. I'm gonna get back in the comments. It was good. It was good to see you guys.
Appreciate you. brother.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Let's see you
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Later, bro.
I do actually agree with that. I do like the Sixers tonight plus eight. I think just everything. I mean, people are jumping at the Heat, and me and Slam were talking about this earlier. Everybody's freaking parlay tonight has to be Heat Suns money line. While I do think the Heat can win this and keep that parlay alive, going back to the game we're talking about right now, I think it's the Suns that have a bigger chance of losing this one outright. But what were we just discussing before Dead hopped in?
Alpha was giving us his pick on the Mavs.
Right.
Yeah, and then you were saying something. I'll be honest, I was getting dead in here, so I don't really remember what you were
Oh,
saying.
so about Rudy Gobert's contract. That doesn't matter anymore. He has a player option in 2025 for $50 million. So good luck. Have fun. He's never getting traded anywhere. That's right. He has a
Ever.
player.
It-
He has a player
ridiculous.
option. He has a player option for the last year of his contract that's worth $47.99 million.
That
Good
team's getting blown up.
fucking
Donovan Mitchell's
luck.
going somewhere else.
The team is
BBB,
going-
That's what
I
I think.
completely agree
I
with you.
agree with that. 100%.
Don't get Hefe riled up. You know what he's going to say.
D. Mitch is getting traded because Gobert is untradeable. Worst contract ever. I mean, we're talking Chandler Parsons vibes right now. Okay,
It's not
that's
that
how
He's
bad
not
this
that-
contract is.
he's not
Who
that
gave him a
bad, bro.
$50 million player option?
Yeah, no,
It's-
that
okay,
part
does
is
John
bad,
Wall
but he's
have that?
actually a
He can't
decent
even play.
player. He's
Yeah,
much better
no,
than
no.
Parsons.
Yeah,
Stop.
he's a good player.
Absolutely not that terrible.
$50 million
Look, the
player
money doesn't
option
make sense,
for
but
1
he's a way
year.
better player than Chandler Parsons. You can't put him in that category.
I'm talking about the structure of the contract. Who gives a player option? The guy's going to be 35 years old. It's a joke. Anyway, back to this game, guys.
He's
Is,
French.
I'm surprised
Oui, oui.
Alpha didn't say it. Huh? What'd you
He's
say?
French. Oui, oui.
Very good. Very good, BBB. Very good.
Really
Also,
good
I
job.
can't
Russell-
believe
Russell
I
Westbrook
stopped the
overrated.
show and asked BB to repeat that.
I know.
I didn't
And he
think you were gonna
actually
stop for it.
repeated it. I'm surprised Alpha didn't say this was his play. Guys, this is an under screamer right here. The Suns are one of the slowest pace of play teams in the league. They thrive in slowing it down. You saw it in the Pelican series. When that game was fast, they struggled. They want to slow it down. And Alpha, a little question for you. Who was the number one under team during the regular season?
That would be the Dallas Mavericks.
It's the Dallas Mavericks, baby. Under 215 is what we're targeting here. Both these teams are going to have little feel-out moments, go off their switching opponents. So it'll be, I'm picturing a kind of a Bucks Celtics score here, and I'm going with the Mavericks +6. I think the road team gets that. I think the Mavs even have a good chance of winning this outright. This is the Suns are going from guarding a team where the prominent scorer was a long, shifty, just lanky guard who could, and a lot of three-point shooters to probably the most physical point guard and most skilled Euro stepper in the league. It's going to take some getting used to. Mikal Bridges ain't going to be switching over. It's going to be rough. It's going to be on CP3, or Deep Book, I guess. I don't know who's going to get the assignment on Luka.
It's going to be a lot of switching. You'll see a lot of combinations of both.
Yeah, it's going to be a slow game. I'm taking the under 215 in my official play, and my lean is Mavs +6.
Love it.
Nice,
Slammy,
nice.
What you got, baby?
I got a prop question for BBB after.
Looking at the comments real quick, man, it's popping. Everybody's on the Mavs. It looks like Jay Money's in the chat. This show is hilarious.
What up?
Mitch to the Lakers. Can anybody see that?
Who said that? Kick that person out right now.
You know the issue with
Kick that person out right now. Who said that? There's only one correct team that D. Mitch is going to.
What is that? The Knicks?
Yeah,
The Knicks?
damn freaking straight.
Everybody's going to the Knicks.
Everybody's going to Knicks.
Hefner,
right?
you circling the wagons?
We're circling the fight.
No, don't bring that shit
God,
back.
let me tell you something. If the Knicks
bring that
get
shit
D.
back.
Mitch, just wait for the first episode of Off the Bounce. And matter if there's going to be an emergency Off the Bounce episode.
We will go live immediately as soon as wherever we are in the world.
Where's Jake at? Where's Jake?
It'll just
Jake.
be me. It'll just be me
in
fainting.
there.
I'll just be fainting.
You know how fast you guys will hate Mitchell?
Do you know how fast we already hate you?
Who's your
Slam,
team
what's your
again?
play on this game?
Who do you root for? Exactly.
Yeah, BBB.
Shut up.
What is your team actually?
Guys, I live in St. Louis. I don't have a team.
Yeah, but what is your
So
go-to
stick
team?
to what your team is. The Indiana
That's
Pacers.
probably why I'm decent at NBA. I don't have any bias. I can just win money.
BBB got a point though. You went on like a 0-10 like streak backing the Knicks every time.
Whoa! Jake
First of
said
No,
the
I'm
Knicks
not, I'm
are
not saying
terrible.
he's not good. I'm saying I think that helps me to exceed not having a
Whoa,
favorite team.
what did Jake say?
Oh, is Jake in here? Oh,
What did Jake say?
he said the Knicks
Oh,
are terrible.
we got to move this convo. We're getting comments now. Just like Zion with the Knicks
The
game.
chat is
Oh,
going nuts.
Hey, let me ask you a
Wait,
question. What
wait.
team do you root for? Is it the Sixers?
He's
Good
Philly.
luck. I
Circle
hope
the
you get
wagons.
freaking fat ass Harden on your freaking team eating fucking cheesesteaks every fucking day. You bum.
Yeah, but
Such a
they have
bum.
they have Fat
Bum.
Harden in the playoffs. You guys have Fat Randall out of the playoffs.
BB,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
gonna
not
kick you
expecting
off.
to
Golly.
What are you
BBB
BBB's
might
out
be
here
Jake,
rooting for the
bro.
Louisville Cardinals
BBB might be
basketball
Jake.
team, thinking, come on.
All right, guys.
Oh,
Anyways,
God.
my son's play versus is
Nobody
actually going
cares.
to
Nobody
the-
actually gives a shit
Son.
anymore.
Nobody
Just
cares
right.
about your play.
My play is
At
going to
all.
the Suns. Everybody and their
No.
brother is on the Mavs tonight. I think there's an overreaction. They beat
Oh,
a
this guy
Jazz
just
team that's in
faded
shambles.
everybody.
Like we said, they're going to be blown up. It was coming. Now it's going to happen. I think this is the first game they get up for it. I think that this will be a good series, though. I really do think this will be a good series.
Hey,
Alpha's asking if he should mute me. If he mutes me, Suns by 90.
BB, all seriously. So Jalen Brunson, 6-0 or 5-0. How many games did that series go? 6. 6-0 in his player prop points total in the first round. Tonight's coming in at 19.5. What do we think? Is he going for 7-0?
Honestly, I think his assist is a decent angle there. It's only down at like 3.5, and I think obviously Suns had to have watched tape on that last series, and they saw Jalen Brunson can be a problem. I think they come a little bit more prepared for him here, and I think we see Brunson kind of dish it out to some of these corners here and hit some of those guys in the corner like Powell and some of those other guys.
I actually agree. I think the fact that it keeps going down is indication that you can't take that play. It's been hovering in the first against the
agree.
Jazz. It was always hovering at like 22, 23. In game 6, I remember it was at 21 because I asked you. And now it's at 19.5, so you just need 20 points. It's a little too good to be true for a guy who's averaging 23 games.
There's a reason. Books aren't just like, hey, let's keep giving out free money.
Right.
It's coming. There's going to be the day where everybody and their brother's on the prop. I don't know if that many people are on it today. I haven't seen that much talk about it, but I do think his assist is a decent angle here. He may get both, to be honest, but I think there is the Armageddon is coming where he's going to have like a 4-point game and everyone's going to be.
He's gonna pull a Desmond Bain. Desmond Bain almost
Yes.
hit every single one. Yep, and then
100%, boys. Slam, did you give your pick on this game? Bass Pro Masters.
I like the under. I like the under in both games. I can't decide on it's either the Suns or Mavs. This one's tough, honestly.
You are correct. It is either the Suns or the Mavs.
Yeah, I don't know the side, but I like the under. Such an underplay. So
I like it. Very
I'm trying to get
respectful.
Jake in here, man. Jake, get the hell in here right now. I just sent you the link.
There's no chance he gets in here, bro. Jake, get in here. Talk some best bets with us.
We're gonna
Let's
start
talk
calling out like people in the chat to come
Yo,
in.
no, we'd love to start having some of you guys come
Honestly,
in and talk. It'd be fun.
That'd
A
be
lot of fun.
awesome. That would be fun.
So maybe something we'll do in the near pipeline. He's still typing, guys. Lay the Warhead and the Sixers. That's his best bet. Jake, we're done with you. Slam, cue up the music. It's time for best bets because you just can't give us a bet on this game. Let's get it, boys. Wade to LeBron, the Sixers killer, Jake style. Let's get it, boys. Best bets on the night. First best bet's going to be the Mavs plus the 6. Second best bet is going to be the 2U Jake special, Miami -7. Hefe, what you got?
Sixers plus 8, Suns, Mavericks under 215. Jake, you suck.
Guys, I got 4 plays for you. I got
Nick's
3
the best.
props, and then I got the Suns side. So I'm taking the Suns. I got it at -5.5. I think that's gone up a little bit now. I think the Mavs are a public dog, and I think the Suns get it done in game 1, but we got a good series. And then Tyrese Maxey over points. I broke that down. Tyler Hero. I'm personally going to ladder his points. I think that, this could be a big game for him. I could see him, dropping like 25 plus in this and, kind of shocking the world here. And then last, we're going to take Chris Paul over 10.5 assists. I think the point guard does a little bit more of the point guard work tonight and distributes to the rest of the team. That's sitting at plus money. He's hit that in like 7 of his last 10, and we're getting it at plus money. I like him to be able to distribute tonight. So that's 4 best bets, and let's cash them. Slam, take us home.
Let's get it, boys. I'm on both unders. Heat 76ers under 208.5. Mavericks Suns under 214.5. It is Monday, boys, and it's the NBA. Everybody knows the NBA just square shit. So I'm staying away from the sides. I like the under. I think both will hit. Honestly, I think both will go well under. So I also do like the Harden under as well. So lock that in.
Harden under 35.5. I was going to add that before the show ended. My third POV. Shout out Jake for being a good sport playing with us today.
Shout out,
Everybody
Jake.
else in the chat. Been a ton
Love it,
of fun.
Jake.
All love.
Stanley Cup playoffs tonight, huge night, 4 games. I'm taking the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Blues by
Love it,
90.
boys.